Hey everyone, Steve Vincenter here, VIPidaho.com. As I often have talked about various mentorship things, development, reaching goals. One of mine is real estate. But I want to share this with you because I think it's important, and it really, I think it hits the heart and soul of where we're at in this country right now. So being comfortable versus being uncomfortable. I don't care. You can apply this to anything in your life. So it doesn't, I'm not talking about a specific topic. I'm talking about anything. So being comfortable is someone who's probably worked his entire life, their entire life, they're retired, and they're right where they want to be. Or being comfortable could be you've reached the pinnacle in your career where you're in a position where things are great. I don't need to do much. I just got to show up, get my job done, move on. I mean, there's no challenges left, blah, 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 blah. Okay. There are lots of people in leadership right now in this country across the board. I don't care what organization you're with. I don't care where you're at, that are comfortable. And what that means is that they are not willing to change. They're not willing to challenge. They're not willing to look at others as a potential reaching goals, I guess you could look at, where developing them, allowing them to reach their goals. They don't want change. They're good where they're at until they retire. A lot of them are just waiting to sunset out and move on. I've seen that time and time again, which drives me absolutely nuts, because when they do that, when you have people in leadership that are comfortable and they're not willing to change, the organization suffers, and it suffers massive setbacks. You'll lose good people. You won't be able to retain good people. You won't be able to hire good people. And it gets toxic. It gets negative fast. And nobody wants to work in that environment. If you're in a leadership where they believe in constant change, being uncomfortable, developing you, growing, challenging, raising the standards, if they're seeking ways to make things better, that's the organization you want to be a part of. You also want to be a part of someone who cares enough to say, hey, look, I've got a few phone calls and some people have reached out to me seeking you specifically about a job or an opportunity. And I want you to go, and I want you to do this because I think it's in your best interest based on your career path and the things that we've talked about. When you do that, you're giving your blessing, but you're also supporting what I call the 5-year plan to allow someone to grow and achieve their goals. And the benefit to this is you have people that are starting out, or they've been there for a few years, and they're looking mobility upward in your company or organization, and they see that they can't go anywhere, but then this happens, and then they see an opportunity that they can go after. So one of the things I did in the military, and I'm very proud of what I did in the military, but one of the things that changed the outcome of where I was going and what I ended up being able to do was the Air Force has professional development blocks where you take certain courses and you do certain things, and then you have achieved the ability then to move up. College courses, leadership courses, stuff like that they internally have that you take, and then once you've accomplished those things, and when these jobs come open up or promotions are set to show up, you have accomplished all of that, you're eligible for the next step. Well, when I was coming up the ranks, I decided to do was I made up my mind that I wanted to be either an officer, or I wanted to go as far in the enlisted world as I could, which would have been a command chief position. What do I need to do, and how do I need to go about this to get to that height? So I first surrounded myself with officers, and I surrounded myself with command chiefs and chiefs in general, to know what that world looks like, to what is the expectation, the conversations, the thought processes, the solutions, all those things that I didn't have any awareness of. How do I do that? And then you start to learn what you don't know. You go get educated, you take these courses, you get experiences. Someone offers you an opportunity, you take it, you learn a lot, you grow, you attain these skills that you're seeking in order to be able to be in the position to be promoted, I guess, or reach the goal that you have set out in front of you. So I did this like decades ago. And as I was going through all this stuff, I noticed that not many people in my sphere, I guess, in my rank level, were doing the things that I was doing. And it wasn't that they're bad people. I think we just took the career path a different way. But I also recognized the skills that I was lacking, and I needed to get those skills. So I was very uncomfortable for a long time. I got good at things that I didn't think I could get good at. I got even better at things that I love to do. And when all this accumulated up over time, which it's an investment in yourself, and it does take time. That's part of the beauty of all this. As I got to where I was at, the skills I was lacking, I was really sharp at, and the sharp skills were even sharper. So I was able to bring a plethora of skills to the table. And when I finally was able to be promoted to a chief spot, understand from others, this is not me talking, this is other feedback I've gotten, you were already a chief before you became a chief. And I think when you have a leader in an organization that is leading the way, and you're coming up the rank and you're already doing the job that person does, I think it makes the transition even easier, because you've taken the time to invest and you've been uncomfortable enough. And if you do all of that, your name, your recognition, your hard work is going to speak for itself, and others are going to advocate for you. So there's a good chance you're going to get a call, or you're going to get someone, hey, I need to talk to you. And I'm talking that you're still working and you're in the organization, and they're going to say, hey, we've got this opportunity for you. I think you'd be really good at it. And your name was mentioned. And you're like, oh my God. The world starts to change. Everything starts to go too fast, and you're crazy and you're excited and all that stuff. And that's beautiful. The issue is, understand everything you've done to that point, and all the dedication and the hard work and the excellence that you've done, all of that has spoken for itself, and other people recognize that. So, for example, let's say there's a special project that has a powerful, that means a lot to the organization. It's a pivotal point in the organization's history. This is gonna really do well for us. And the leadership goes, who do we got that can lead it? But who do we got who can do this? Right? I don't know anybody around me that can. Do you guys, talking to the leadership team, is there anybody that we have that can do this? Someone's going to pop up and they're going to say your name, because they're around you. They're advocating for you because they've seen you in action. They know what they're going to get. So you get this nod and you get this conversation. Hey, you'd be really good at this. And you're thinking to yourself, how do they know me? How do they know me? The answer is obvious. It may not be obvious to you, but it's obvious to everybody else. Throughout your career, as you've worked your butt off and you've dedicated and you've knocked stuff out of the park and you've taken care of the people that have given you opportunities, they have spoken on your behalf. That's how this thing works. They've given you kudos behind your back. They've supported you behind your back. So now your chance to shine, because you've earned it. You deserve it and you've earned it. And that's the beautiful thing about this. If you're in an organization that doesn't support that, you're in the wrong organization. A leader should be able to say, I want to grow from within, and I want to develop within, and I want to champion people's goals. Because when I lose good people, I want to be able to promote other good people, and I want this thing to sustain. Because when I retire, it shouldn't matter if I'm here or not. This whole thing should still roll. This thing should keep going forward. The people taking over my spot should make it better, not make it worse, and make it even easier for these guys to transition up. That's the world I grew up in. That's the world I advocated for. I always wanted my younger airmen to achieve quickly, and I always wanted to give my senior guys a chance to grow and go somewhere else, because I wanted to grow the organization. I wanted ideas. I wanted new energy. I wanted to promote. I wanted to get excitement. I wanted to build energy. And the only way to do that is to promote from within. And by giving your mid to high level managers chances to go other places, to grow, to continue growing. There isn't one organization in this country, in this world, where the one job will lead you to the promised land. You've got to be able to move. You can't live in one position forever and achieve those goals. It's just not going to happen, because every job has a cap, and that cap has experiences. So if you're, like, say, you're in logistics, but you don't know a damn thing about the back office, well, get really good at logistics to the point where you kind of need to have an idea of how this company operates. So go to another department, because logistics can't teach you back office stuff. Being an XO for the boss cannot teach you logistics. Vice versa. It just can't. So the more well-rounded you are within your organization, how it operates, the easier it is to go to the next level, because you have those experiences, you have those skill sets. And when you become the leader, you're not talking to someone who's got a singular skill set. You have a multiple facet of skill sets, because you've worked just about every department getting to understand this company. So if you're going to lead it someday, you're about to make some pretty profound decisions impacting a lot of people in every department of the organization. You need to know how they operate, so when you make a decision, you don't negatively affect them. You don't piss anybody off. So I'm proud of that. So there's one gal right now. I'm not going to give you her first name, Kiska. And then talking to Kiska right now. Kiska, you have to go. You have to go. You have to do it because of what I've just put on this video. You have to make it happen. Your family deserves it. You deserve it. The wing will recover. If they don't take you back, you're smart. You're intelligent. You've done a lot. You're going to land on your feet. You and your husband both will. Your family's going to be incredibly happy. You'll be grateful that you did it. And never, ever look back and regret. You're too good for that. Yes. So I'm speaking to you, and I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. But go get that job.